Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. I've seen compressors that claim to last but fall apart after a few months, and others that promise power but can't keep up with real work. The Ingersoll Rand SS3L3 HP Single-Stage Air Compressor? It actually delivers on both. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been using this compressor in my garage for about 6 months now, mostly for running pneumatic tools like my impact wrench and nail gun. It's been quiet, consistent, and hasn't given me any trouble. That's a big deal because I've owned cheaper compressors that sounded like jet engines and still didn't have enough pressure for the job. One of the first things that stood out is how easy it is to operate. You just plug it in, turn it on, and it starts building pressure right away. There's no complicated setup or confusing controls, just a straightforward on-off switch and a pressure gauge that's easy to read. I've used compressors where the gauge was so small or poorly placed that I had to squint to see it, but this one is right there in front of you. Power-wise, it's got a solid 3 HP motor that kicks in smoothly without any lag. I've used it to run my framing nailer for extended periods without it struggling, and it recovers pressure quickly after each use. That's important if you're working on a project where you don't want to wait around for the tank to fill back up. I remember one time I was building a deck, and my old compressor couldn't keep up with the demand. With this one, I didn't have to pause and wait, I just kept going. The build quality is another standout. Ingersoll Rand is known for making durable equipment, and this compressor is no exception. The tank is made of solid steel, and the motor housing feels robust. I've seen compressors with flimsy plastic parts that crack or wear out fast, but this one looks like it's built to last. Even the wheels are sturdy and roll smoothly over uneven surfaces, which makes moving it around a lot easier. Safety is something I don't think about often enough until something goes wrong. This compressor has a thermal overload protection switch, which means if it gets too hot, it shuts off automatically instead of overheating and causing damage. It also has a pressure relief valve, so if the pressure builds up too much, it vents safely instead of risking an explosion. These might sound like small things, but they're the kind of features that keep you from dealing with a dangerous situation down the road. Another practical benefit is how quiet it runs compared to other compressors in this range. I've used ones that sound like a lawnmower revving up, but this one is much quieter. It's not silent, but it's not ear-splitting either, which makes a big difference if you're working in a garage or workshop where noise is a concern. I've even used it in the evening without disturbing the neighbors, which is a nice bonus. The only real downsides I've noticed are that it's a bit heavy, around 120 pounds, so moving it around isn't something you'll want to do often. It's not impossible, but it's not light either. Also, the cord is pretty short, so if you're not near an outlet, you might need an extension cord. Neither of these is a deal breaker, but they're worth keeping in mind if you're planning to use it in a large workspace. Overall, this compressor has been reliable, powerful, and easy to use. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's not the most expensive either, and it feels like it's built to last. If you're in the market for a single-stage air compressor that won't let you down, this one is worth considering. Check it out below if you want to see the details for yourself. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Ingersoll Rand SS3L3 HP Single-Stage Air Compressor sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like long life and maximum power actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off.